Hello, saints of the internet. Welcome to the Brunch and Belief podcast. You know, the only place on these streets where faith meets real life, because these other podcasts do be moving mad. On today's episode, I have some amazing, incredible guests. I have Dr. Cici, the feisty, who always brings the energy. I have Pastor Princewill, the aged, because I know he's on the internet, but he's not really here. And then I have Victor, and I also have Angel, who is a medical doctor aspiring to be a content creator and influencer. And of course, you have your host, the one and only P to the O to the C to the O, POCO. All right, let's get into it. Hi, welcome to Brunch and Belief. On this podcast, we attempt to answer life's questions from Christian perspectives, just really give you a wise response to some of the questions you have on your heart, because I won't lie, so many of these podcasts out there do be moving mad. Anyway, welcome to this podcast, and today I have people with me. I have Angel. I have Victor. Victor looks like a saint. But Victor reminds me of Roadrunner. How many of you grew up watching? Yes, he reminds me of Roadrunner. I have Dr. Cici. Some of you know her from her own episode. And then I have Pastor Princewill. All right. He's a singer, songwriter, father, and he has gray hair.
And gray beards.
Gray beards. Like, see, Bab, if you have, you know, Bab, that is one thing to have gray hair. But, like, I think you're for your beards to start graying, you're really going through a lot. And a lot. At least we will rely on his gray hair for the wisdom in this thing that we're doing. Anyway, so normally I would have someone next to me asking me a question, and I will be answering that question. Now, we're still going to do that, but let's do it like this. I'm going to call one of my guests. All of them have questions, and then I will take their question. We will discuss the question, and then we would move from there. Now, Angel said she did not want to be the first. So she will be the first. So, hi Angel, welcome to Brunch and Belief.
Hi everyone.
When did you give your life to Christ?
When did I give my life to Christ?
The way I asked the question is given, why are you gay?
Who said I'm gay?
You are gay. When did you give your life to Christ?
Okay. First time I gave my life to
Final time, please. We don't have time.
Final time.
Because my life, we wait for you to tell us all the times. How many times have you given your life to Christ?
Twice.
Only.
Okay, that's not much.
Huh?
Well done.
Wait. When was the first time?
First time was just
Okay. Were you like a chaplain in school?
no, like in church it's like, oh, what's to give your life to Christ? Because I grew up in a Christian home and I just assumed, okay, I'm
Normal.
already in Christ
Normal.
now. But then I was like, just in case I'm not.
That is two-factor authentication.
So I said that we don't deserve.
As assuming.
Let them know about the trumpet that everybody disappeared and I was still here. So I'm like, don't need it again. But then I was not really on my Zoom with my Christian life. So
Okay.
I did it again.
When?
2023.
2023. Okay. Sharp.
Nice.
So between I'm guessing JSS2 was like a minute ago.
Yeah.
So between JSS2 and 2023, you.
Just delete that name, honestly.
Okay. Then sharp. Anyway, welcome. Tea or coffee?
Does the coffee come with milk?
If you want, yes.
Yes, coffee please.
And that's the first time on this channel that we have someone having coffee. It's because you're a student. You're a medical student, that's why. Anyway, okay, so I have, okay, you said coffee, yeah? Okay, I have white coffee and I have black coffee. Okay.
What's the difference between white coffee and black coffee?
Well, I also have sugar. Please help me with this. He said that's racist. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Pastor Princewill. Have you never had coffee? Have you never had coffee before? Okay, I don't know whether the white is sweet or not.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling. It might be wrong. You might be disappointed.
Right.
But there's sugar here, though. Anyway, okay. So you said you had a question for me.
Yeah.
Let me hear it.
So, like, I wanted to ask you, where do you draw the line between science and spirituality? Let me explain. So, like, you know how people go through sleep paralysis, for example?
Okay.
Like, hey, Jesus, I saw a demon by the side of my room. He was pressing my neck. He was doing that. And then it actually sounds convincing. But then when you hear, like, the logical, scientific part of it, like, oh, their brain woke up before their body just wasn't, like, awake at the same time their brain was. It actually makes so much sense. And even when, like, people, you know, when someone's leg, one is swollen and the other one is normal, and then, like, oh, this person stepped on juju and all of that. And then
I'm guessing you want sugar.
yes, please.
How many? Be real.
No.
That's it.
Ah,
Sister, do you know? Have you heard of diabetes before?
That was on my exam question.
Please carry on with your question.
hyperglycemia
But, like,
lurking in the
but,
corner.
like, yeah, like you look at it and it's something that they could just go to the hospital and get treated for. But then people are like, no, they stepped on juju, they did this, they are on a course.
For context, what is juju, please?
Like black magic.
Okay.
Like charm, like
Charm.
blowing up powder.
Blowing up powder.
Like, yeah, like
Nice.
enchanted spiritual things. So,
Right.
because me, I believe that a lot of these things could just. Your coffee. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You can have biscuits with your coffee.
Can I do it instead?
If you hate it, just pretend you like it.
Wow, so nice.
Do you not like it?
No, it's actually nice.
So we can't trust her now.
No, it's actually nice, But like, might just be elephant, yes.
Okay.
Or maybe they actually did step on juju. So like, how do you have to be spiritually sensitive to discern, or is it just something that, like, how do you just know?
What do you guys think? Dr. Cici, you're a doctor.
So I think that the fact that I think that they don't have to be mutually exclusive, right? So I think that it is possible for spiritual things to have physical and explainable connotations, right? So the fact that someone has like filariasis or maybe elephantiasis in one leg doesn't mean
Speak
that
English, I beg.
okay, that one leg is fatter than the other or lymphedema or whatever, doesn't mean that the person didn't match charm. So I think the balance would be that not every case has a spiritual connotation. However, spiritual circumstances or experiences can have physical connotations that can be explained medically. That's what I think.
That makes a lot of sense. What do you think?
Okay.
What do you think, Victor?
But like,
Okay.
how do you now feel like, because some people would go to the hospital, like they would reject treatment and they'd rather go to their traditional
Or spiritual healers.
exactly, claiming that, oh no, my pastor said it's my village people that did this to me. So like, how do you get through those people, like just go to the hospital and like get treatment?
Okay, Victor wants to say something.
Yeah, so basically, what I believe in is that we shouldn't separate scientific occurrence with spiritual activities. Most times, if like me now, even if I have a headache, I usually pray about it before I even take drugs. So if you pray about everything, there was this time I had
Time out. Before you go on, did you know that 20% of viewers on this channel are not currently subscribed? You guys just come here, watch the content and leave. This means that you would most likely not see our upcoming content after this one. Can you imagine missing all of this heavenly goodness? So like, share, and subscribe to this channel right now, guys. Right now, it's not that difficult. Just press the subscribe button so that we can reach our goal of 10K subs this year and keep bringing you awesome Christian content. Yeah, boy. Let's get right back to the video.
I didn't know it was allergies. I've been praying. My body was itching, was scratching me. Then at some point, I went to a concert, even with the allergies, and it reduced a bit. But after the concert, it came on. I was like, is it a spiritual attack? Then at some point, when I was praying, someone just told me to go and get an allergy cream. That's why I now research about allergy.
The first thing you're thinking to?
Because
That's a wonderful question.
I was ascribing all physical things, spiritual.
Ascribing.
Yes. But now,
Right.
even from my prayer, I got solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just have the 2FA, spirituality as 2FA?
Mm-hmm.
Nice one.
Right.
When you're prayed about it, you can now go to the hospital. Because it's God that also gave us this brain. We exclude the fact that everything is spiritual, but sometimes God also gave us this brain too.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel after praying, we should also take actions. That's why I believe.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I think from where I am, or from where I stand, here's what I know. When you look at the story of the wall of Jericho, it's a very interesting story. I'm an engineer and I like science a lot. And part of, like when you watch historians talk about the wall of Jericho and why it fell, there's a scientific explanation to the falling of the wall of Jericho. Some people say that the marching of the soldiers round the town loosened the soil, the foundation of the the foundation of the wall. Do you understand? And then the screaming, that's resonance affected the wall. And then because the wall was hollow, it wasn't a thick wall, it wasn't dense through and through, people lived inside. There are so many explanations people have, but it doesn't take away from the fact that the soldiers didn't start marching until God asked them to, right? Yeah. And so this means with all the science, there was still a spiritual precedence, there was still a spiritual origin to the activity. And there are so many things in the Bible like that. For instance, I think medically it's advised that a young man is circumcised after 8 days, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
I think the timeline. Yeah. But Abraham didn't know medicine. Mm-hmm. Abraham just heard from God to circumcise every young man on the 8th day or after 8 days. So one thing we forget, Paul said that we do not look at the things that we can see, because the things that we can see are temporal. Yeah. But that which we don't see is eternal. This does not take away from the fact that what you see matters, but then many times there are things behind the scene working what you can see. For instance, if I put on a laptop and my screen doesn't come on, it's possible it's not coming on for two reasons. It could be physical hardware problems, my screen has spoiled, or it could be a software problem. Do you understand? So think of the spiritual as the software that runs the hardware that we see. Do you understand? Now, it is true that if I put on my laptop and my screen doesn't come on, the first thing I should think to do, and this is what we should teach in our churches, the first thing I should think to do is to go and see a hardware engineer that look at it and say, okay, this is not a hardware problem. Then you can now say, okay, let's tackle it from a software perspective. And that's why many times when people come to meet me to pray for them, I ask them, what did the doctor say? Do you understand? Because sometimes we even just need to know what we're praying about to know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
There was a lady that I prayed for who she had some condition. So because she didn't used to eat a lot, she had a condition. I prayed for her, it stopped. I went, then I came back after a couple of months, it had come back. And then she came to meet me for prayers again. And I asked her, I said, sincerely, tell me, what's your eating habit like? Because I'm not going to pray for you again. If you just eat right, this will stop. Do you understand? A lot of people want to use prayer as a cop-out, as a way to not do what is the proper thing to be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A young man, I prayed for him a couple of weeks ago, some months ago actually. He said he hadn't slept in days. No, he couldn't sleep. So he met me to pray for him. I prayed with him and he slept immediately. Immediately he dropped the call, he slept like 12 hours and then woke up. And then I told him, fix your diet, eat properly, take vegetables and fruits, exercise as much as you can. I'm not a medical doctor, but these are the things that will make, like when you are not sleeping, you're not healthy, you know? And then a couple of days later, he started complaining that it's coming back. I told him, you know what? I'm not going to pray for you. I want you to go to the doctor and check your blood pressure. When was the last time you checked your blood pressure? When was the last time you did a test?
Always the culprit.
He went, checked his blood pressure. This guy is 23 or 22. His blood pressure was 160.
Wow.
That's why he's not sleeping.
That's why he wasn't
That's why he's
sleeping.
not sleeping.
And then he was like, he doesn't know this is a spiritual attack. I said, no, it's not. I said, where are you currently? He was in, if you know Lagos well, he was in Ipaja and he lived in Apapa. So he was going from Apapa, which is a very rough part of Lagos, to Ipaja every day. I said, my brother, coupled
For
with
what
your
now?
bad
As in daily
eating
2K.
habits.
The work. For work?
He was visiting friends.
Oh.
Not for
okay.
work.
Not for work.
Not necessarily for work.
Ha.
And I'm like, boy, like, plus your bad eating habits, you come back and you want to pray all night. You won't sleep. Do you get? So get drugs to regulate your BP. Whatever the doctor says you should do. I'm not praying for you. Do you get? So the balance here is that the spiritual is the software that runs the hardware of the entire world. Right? Whatever you see happen physically has spiritual connotations. And the fact that there is a physical explanation does not take away from this. Listen, I've prayed for people, and I have to say this: not all mental health issues are demonic, but some are.
Of course.
Jesus casted out devils from the madman, and he stopped being mad. Do you understand? But it was diagnosed as madness. Do you get what I'm saying? I prayed for a person who was hearing voices. And all the voices she was hearing, I mean, she would be crossing the road and then the voice would just tell her stop in the middle of the road. Like to oncoming traffic, you see. And all the voices this lady was hearing, she will be standing upstairs, jump. She will be in the kitchen, cut your throat. This is not thoughts. She was hearing voices. Like in her ear. They were not there, but she was hearing. And she went, her first, this thing was to go see a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist told her that she was, is this schizophrenic?
Schizophrenic.
And she was schizophrenic. Is that the definition of schizophrenia? Yes. Casted that devil out and she was fine. Was it demonically induced? Also, yes. So two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah. Two truths can exist.
Does that answer your question? Hope you like the coffee.